Good morning, my dear students. Welcome you all to this session. Today's class, we are going to start our exercise 5.2. You can take page number 110 in your NCERT textbook. In the last class, we have learned about transversal line, parallel line, intersecting lines, those things, right? And certain properties which satisfies in this transversal lines is when two parallel lines are there, and if one line passes through that parallel line, that line is called as transversal line. This is what we have discussed in our previous class, right? So now we are going to using that property, you are going to deal with the exercise problem. So before going to the exercise, just recall what we have discussed in our previous class. Okay, just recall in your textbook, so you will get an idea about it. There that the properties are given in italic words, so you can underline that and you can go through that. Okay, so what is the first question? State the property that is used in each of the following statement. So there are proper statements given. We are supposed to write the what property is used there. Okay, we are supposed to write the name of the property or what property is used there. That's what we have to use here. Okay, first, if A is parallel, the symbol meaning is parallel. Okay, children, see this symbol. If it is like this, 2L it is given, the meaning is parallel. Okay, if A is parallel to B, okay, the question is, if A is parallel to B, then I equal to 5. They are saying, sorry, 1 equal to 5. They are saying that angle 1 equal to angle 5. Okay, when A is parallel to B, angle 1 is equal to angle 5. So what these two angles are actually? These two angles are corresponding angles. So what is the property here? When the transversal line cut two parallel lines, correct? When the transversal line cut the two parallel line, each pair of corresponding angles are equal. This is what the property we have used here. Okay, when the transversal line cut the two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So based upon that property only, we are saying that angle 1 equal to angle 5. Okay, based upon that property only, we are saying angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Next is, what is your second problem? If angle 4 is equal to angle 6. If angle 4 is equal to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. Okay, if angle 4 is equal to angle 6, angle 4 is equal to angle 6, then we can say that A is parallel to B. Okay, when these two are equal, this 4 and 6 are what angles actually, children? Alternate interior angles. So what property we are saying? Alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, when the line okay, it is only single line, children. When a line cuts two lines, okay, see, when a line cuts two lines, then alternate interior angles, a pair of alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, when a line cuts two lines, okay, when this line cuts two lines, pairs of alternate interior angles are equal, then we can say those two lines are then those two lines are parallel. Okay. See, what is the thing, children? When a line cuts two lines, okay, when a line cut two lines and pair of alternate interior angles are equal, this 4 and 6 are equal, right? Pairs of alternate interior angles are equal, then those two lines are parallel, which means then these two lines are parallel. That is a statement given in this second subdivision, okay? Next is your third subdivision. What is your third subdivision, children? Next is your third subdivision. If 4 plus 5, listen, which is 4? This is 4 plus 5. This 2, 4 and 5, we should check it, equal to 180 degree. So, what is the property, children? That is, the interior angles on the same side of the transversal form a linear pair, which means if you add these two angles, you will get 180 degrees. So, that is a property, okay? When a line cuts two lines, okay, when a line cut two lines, then we can say interior angles on the same side of the transversal, okay. See, this interior angles on the same side of the transversal forms a linear pair. Okay. See, interior angles on the same side of the transversal forms a linear pair. Then those two angles, so those two lines are parallel. Okay. From this we can say that when a line touches two parallel lines, so two lines, okay, when a line touches two lines, the interior angles on the same side of the transversal forms a linear pair, then those two lines are parallel. Okay, that is what the property which we have used here. Okay, so the very important is first one, the corresponding angles are equal. That is what the property. Here we can say that the pairs of alternate interior angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel. Here the interior angles on the same side of the transversal forms a linear pair, so they are parallel. Okay, like that we have to say that they are parallel. Okay, next one, in the adjoining figure, second problem, in the adjoining figure, identify the pairs of corresponding angles. Okay, we are supposed to find the pairs of corresponding angles. From this, what are the pairs of corresponding angles? 4 and 8, angle 4 comma angle 8, this is one pair. Next, 3 comma 7, angle 3 comma angle 7, 4 comma 8 is one pair, 3 comma 7 is one pair. Next, angle 1 comma angle 5, 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. Next, angle 2 comma angle 6, angle 2 comma angle 6 is the corresponding angles. So just this same thing we have discussed in the example problem. Based upon this, we are writing the pairs of corresponding angle. Pair means what? The two angles will be, that is a pair, correct? So 4 and 8 is one pair, 3 and 7 is one pair, 1 and 5 is one pair, 2 and 6 is one pair. Okay, next, pairs of alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles means what? These 4 are interior angles. In that 3 and 5 are alternate interior angle. 2 and 8 is alternate interior angle. So pair, angle 3 comma angle 5 is one pair. Next, angle 2 comma angle 8 is another pair. 3 and 5 is one pair. 2 and 8 is one pair. Next, pairs of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Same side means what? These two are on the same side, interior angles. These two are on the same side of the transversal. So angle 3 comma angle 8 is one pair. Then angle 2 comma angle 5 is another pair. 2 comma 5 is another pair. Next, vertically opposite angles. These two are vertically opposite. 2 and 4 are vertically opposite. 1 and 3 are vertically opposite. 8 and 6 are vertically opposite. 7 and 5 are vertically opposite. So I'm just going to write vertically opposite angle. Angle 4 and angle 2, comma, angle 1 and angle 3, comma, angle 8 and angle 6, comma, angle 5 and angle 7. Okay, 5 and 7, 8 and 6. So vertically opposite angles also I have written it. Okay, understood? Next is your third problem. In the adjoining figure, the given figure, PQ parallel. Okay, so you can see like this. This is the meaning. These two are parallel lines and this is one transversal. Okay, that is the actual meaning, but the diagram is given like this. So you are going to view like this. Okay, in the adjoining figure, P and Q are parallel lines. Find the unknown angles. Unknown angles means what? We are supposed to find A, B, C, D, E, F, everything. Okay, what it is given, children? P is parallel to Q, correct? P is parallel to Q. So only hint they have given is 125 degree. So this 125 and B on 125, because 125 degree is equal to B, because why? Alternate exterior angles are equal. Alternate exterior angles are equal. Yes? See, whenever you are writing that these two are equal, you should write the property, by which property you are writing it. This 125 degree and B are exterior angles, correct? That too, alternate exterior angles. So we got the value of B is equal to 125 degree. Okay, I got the value of B as 125. So shall I write here 125? Now, B is 125. So D is also 125. Why? Because vertically opposite angles. They both are vertically opposite angles. So we can say that B is equal to D. B is equal to D because it is vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, vertically opposite angles are equal. So what is the B value here, children? You already know 125. Upper D is equal to 125. If this is 125, D is also 125. So D is equal to 125 degree. So now I got the value of D now, right? So next what we should find? We should find F, correct? F and 125 lie on the same side of the transversal, correct? F and D lie on the same side of the transversal. So we can say that F plus D is equal to 180. F plus D is equal to 180 because the interior angles on the same side of this transversal. Same side of the transversal, correct? Interior angles on the same side of the transversal. What is D value now? 125 equal to 180. Appa F is equal to 180 minus 125. So F is equal to how much? 55. Yes? 55 degree. So F value is what now? 55 degree. Now I got the value of F. 55 degree, correct? This is 125, this is 50 degree. If this is 50 degree, E is also 50 degree. Why? Because vertically opposite angles are equal. So we can say that E is equal to F because vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, so we can say that E is equal to 55 degree. I got the value of E now because F value is 55. I am substituting F value as 55. So I got the E value as 55. Now we can say that E is 55. If this E is 55, C is also 55, correct? Because these two are alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles are equal, right? Apo we can say that E is equal to C because alternate exterior angles are equal. Alternate exterior angles are equal. Okay, what is then E value, children? 55 equal to C value, you don't know. So C is equal to 55. I got C is equal to 55 degree. So now I got the value of C, which is 55 degree. If C is 55, A is also 55 because they are vertically opposite angles. Correct? So A is equal to C because vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, vertically opposite angles are equal. So A value is what? A is equal to C value is nothing but 55 degree. So I find the value of A is equal to 55 degree. Now I find now I have found all the unknown values. See, one thing, if it is given, you should compare by this property, like alternate exterior angles equal, vertically opposite angles equal. By using this, you should find all the other unknowns. Okay, so I have find the value of A, B, C, D, E, F. Understood? Next is your fourth problem. Find the value of x in each of the following figures if L is parallel to M. See here, this is L and this is M. These two are parallel. So this T is a transversal. Okay. So we have to find the value of this x. L and M is given, which is a parallel line, and T is your transversal line. We should find the value of x. So what we are going to do, given M is parallel to M and T is transversal. Okay, L and M are parallel and T is transversal. So I am going to take it this angle as A. Okay, I am just taking it. Why? Because these two are vertically opposite angles. So A is equal to 110 degree. Because these two are equal, so A is equal to 110 degree. Because vertically opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Okay. A is equal to 110 degree because vertically opposite angles are equal. Now I have found the value of A, which is 110 degree. Correct? Now this x and 110 are lie on the same side of the transversal. Correct? Our x plus 110 degree is equal to 180. X plus 110 is 180 degree because we can say that interior angles on the same side of the transversal. On the same side of the transversal. Correct? See, whatever you are mentioning, these statements are important. If you are not writing, then it is wrong. Our x value is how much? 180 minus 110 degree. X is equal to how much? 70 degree. Now I have find the value of x. Yes? Correct? 180 minus 110 is 70 degree. Next is your fourth problem. See, in that fourth problem, this is important. This see, you have to check this L and M like this. You have to invert like that and you have to see L and M. So this x and 100 degree are corresponding angles. Correct? So x value is 100 degree. Like that you can directly write the answer. Your second subdivision is your homework. Understood? Next is your fifth problem. In the given figure, the arms of two angles are parallel. Okay, the arms of two angles are parallel in the sense, if you see like this, these two angles are parallel and this will be your transversal. And if you see like this, these two are parallel and this is your transversal. So that is the meaning. Okay, you have to imagine. Okay, in this problem you should imagine. So they are saying the arms of two angles are parallel. So parallel means first I am going to take what it is given, A, B, C, right? So this is B, children, not D. This is B. Okay. A, B, C is 70 degree. Given what? If A is equal to 70 degree, the given angle is 70 degree. Then find DGC. Okay, we are supposed to find DGC. This is, we have to find it. Okay. Right, DGC, you know, right? Next, DEF. This also you have to find it. Okay. Now, I'm going to take, see, I'm just going to exchange this textbook. This is what your diagram, right? So I'm going to extend this line. Okay, because it's a parallel line. So it goes on both the direction, correct? So this is your parallel line. This is one line and this is one line. So this will be your transversal. Okay, so we can say that this line and this line are parallel and this is your transversal line. So if that is the case, we can say that 70 degree is this angle will be 70 degree. Why? Because these two angles are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are equal means if this is a 70 degree, this angle G is also 70 degree. Okay, so shall I write the statement for that? Given the arms of two angles are parallel, correct? This is what given. You should write the given and all. Okay, the arms of two angles are parallel. Then angle ABC is equal to 70 degree. Okay, then angle ABC is equal to DGC. Angle DGC is equal to 70 degree because corresponding angles are equal. Okay, ABC equal to DGC, which is 70 degree. Corresponding angles are equal. Next, first, so I have find the value here as 70 degree. Yeah. Now what you are doing is, now just imagine different figure. These two are parallel. This is one parallel line, this is one parallel line, you imagine, and this is what your transversal. So we are supposed to find this, right? So this angle is 70 degree means this is also 70 degree. Why? Because both are corresponding angles, because these two are parallel line and this is your transversal. So this is also 70 degree. So if this is 70 degree, this angle is also 70 degree. Okay, now we can say that. So I found this DGC. I found the value of DGC now. Next, we can say angle DGC is equal to DEF. DEF is equal to 70 degree. DGC is equal to DEF, which is 70 degree, because corresponding angles are equal. So this statement is very much important. So therefore we got the value of angle DGC is equal to 70 degree and likewise angle DEF is equal to 70 degree. So now I have found for both the answers of this question. So then we have found out DGC angle, DEF angle. Understood? Next is your sixth problem. In the given figure below, decide whether L is parallel to M. Okay, L is parallel to M or not, we have to check it. Okay, so if it is a parallel line, N will be transversal obviously, but if it satisfies, if N is transversal, we should say that if you add these two angles, it should come 180 degree, because this is interior angle on the same side of the transversal. So if you add like that, you should get 180 degree, correct? So then only we can say that it is N is transversal. If N is transversal, L and M are parallel lines. Okay, so we can add it and see 126 plus 44. How much? 170 degree only it is coming. So N is not transversal. Okay, N is not transversal, children. Since we are getting 170 degree, we can say N is not transversal. Therefore, L is not parallel. It is not transversal. That's why we can say that L is not parallel to M. L is not parallel to M. Next is your second subdivision. See, children, you can write these answers in your textbook itself. Okay. Next is your second subdivision. This is one line. This okay. L M, like inverted they have given. Your third and your fourth subdivision is your homework. This is 75. This is also 75. And this is N. Okay. See, like this you should check it. Okay. So now we have to check this as whether it is L and M are parallel. Okay. So first you have to add it and see, and you should get 180 degree. Whether any angle here? No. So we can compare these two. this as 75 degree because I'm taking this as A, okay. Appo 75 is equal to A because vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal, right? A is equal to 75 degree. Now we got A value as 75. Now shall we add these two because they lie on the same side of the transversal. So 75 plus 75 is equal to how much? 150 degree, which is not equal to 180. So here also it is not equal to 180. So we can say that N is not transversal. N is not transversal. Therefore, L is not parallel to M. Okay, L is not parallel to M. So your third subdivision and your fourth subdivision is your homework. I hope you all understood, children, and this is your last exercise of this chapter. So once again you recall all the properties, which is very much important for your higher studies. You recall all the properties and you can take notes in one rough note. Okay. Thank you.